Hi there, thanks for stopping by. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Chris Jansen. I'm an everyday real estate agent in transaction mode. A little bit over 6 years ago, I was looking for a model and opportunity to partner my transactional business with that could continue to empower me to be able to scale, build, and own that business, but also to diversify additional wealth creation options outside of traditional transactional commission for life. Along that exploration journey, I landed upon an absolute global juggernaut known as eXp Realty. And since plugging my own transactional business into that model, I'm going to share with you how I've leveraged that platform to create additional wealth in the form of stock and equity in a multi-billion-dollar company that I've been able to buy, sell, and trade off the annual production and yearly transactions that I continue to do as a real estate agent within my career year after year. I'm also going to share with you the industry's most lucrative trophy that I've been incredibly fortunate to be the recipient of this trophy 6 times since partnering my business with this model as a 6 times eXp Realty Icon agent. Now, yes, we love awards and accolades in our industry. I get it. And these always look great on the mantelpiece collecting dust, right? But this trophy comes attached with a very lucrative financial figure, up to $21,000 each time that I've amassed or accumulated this trophy has been gifted back to me in stock equity ownership in a multi-billion-dollar company and platform. Now, if you do the maths over 6 years, well, that's a 6-figure sum that I now have as invested interest equity in this global juggernaut. Now, as you can see behind me, I'm not really a stock guy. A bit like superannuation, set and forget, right? But you can see we're a public listed and traded company on the NASDAQ. Our stock code or ticker code is known as AGNT. A bit like super, stock goes up, stock goes down. Now, as you can appreciate, somebody who was never really invested in stocks, all of a sudden when $21,000 in stocks timed by 6 years is being gifted back to you to be able to see, touch, sell, trade, and buy on the NASDAQ, immediately you're going to have some invested interest, skin in the game. It's going to grab your attention. I'm going to share with you how you can qualify for this, what it entails, but it's an opportunity that is available to every industry agent. And all that I ask is have an open mind. You can continue to earn commissions for the rest of your life as a transactional agent, as I can. Yes, this is another wealth pillar opportunity that you can create equity, stocks, and invested ownership into something that you can buy and sell those stocks, as I have, to diversify in other areas of your life, as I have. I've used these stocks, I've sold them before to accelerate my own property portfolio expansion through to helping fund projects and developments of housing of my own. So moving along here, you can see when we qualify as an Icon agent, we receive this incredible email from the company to say, congratulations, you've qualified and you've satisfied the necessary production requirements to qualify for Icon status. What does that mean exactly? Well, let's dive into that. I'm going to break that down for you now. So when you qualify for an Icon agent, and I'll get to the qualification requirements shortly, but immediately you are assigned $15,000 AUD, because I'm in Australia, so I'm basing everything off AUD here, for production awards, which will be awarded at the end of the month that you qualify as an Icon agent. And as you can see here, it goes into your ShareWorks account. So because we're a public listed and traded company on the NASDAQ, we have financial obligations. Therefore, we have a financial auditor known as Morgan and Stanley, okay? Morgan and Stanley oversee everything, but this is essentially my ShareWorks account that I can log into. I can see my dashboard, my portfolio. I can see vesting shares, my transactions, all of that here, which I'll get into in a moment. So once I qualify as an Icon agent, which I did it in June of 2026, my Icon benefit year will commence from 1 July 2026 through to 1 June 2027, which during this time, I'm eligible to receive up to an additional $6,000 AUD in stock for cultural commitments. So I'm going to talk to you what that looks like, because as much as our model is about attraction and retention, we're all about collaboration, helping support and empower all industry agents finding success within our ecosystem, within our model. To receive the $6,000 cultural commitment awards, you can earn 20 points within that year, and it gives me a bit of a breakdown of how I can qualify for those things, right? So essentially, 15 grand is given to me straight away. and I can have another 6 grand that I can access through contributing to our collaborative culture. Total 21 grand. Let's talk about the breakdown of the criteria and qualification, right? So firstly, the Icon Award, I'll start over here to the right. To qualify, there's 2 pathways. One is be a capped agent and settle 20 transactions post-capping. So what does a capped agent mean? In our model, capping means that you write $100,000 in revenue or GCI within your work anniversary year. Once you do that, we put a cap on any commissions you pay out to the model, and you keep 100% of your commissions. So when you cap, write 100,000 GCI, should you settle another 20 transactions post-capping, you automatically qualify. Let's use really simplistic numbers here. Let's say you do 10 transactions at $10,000. There's your $100,000 in capping. Every transaction within your working anniversary year after the capping, you keep 100%. Then should you do another 20 transactions post-capping, let's say 30 transactions in total, you qualify to be an Icon agent. So if you're a seasoned industry agent out there right now that's doing in excess of 30 transactions per annum, you're going to qualify for being an Icon agent. This trophy, 21 grand in stock equity ownership on the NASDAQ, trading under the AGNT ticker and stock code. Or if you don't do the volume, but you do the GCI, you can see if you achieve 750K in GCI, guess what? 21 grand is rebated back to you. Now, as much as we're about attraction, we're also about retention. 15 grand has a vesting period of 3 years. So we can see it, we just can't touch it nor trade it, right? Because we want to retain good producing agents that contribute to performance, production, but our culture as well. The $6,000, well, $3,000 of that has a 2-year vesting period. The other $3,000 you can access immediately and start trading, selling, or buying. We've also got an agent growth incentive program. So as we mentioned here, EXP World Holdings trades on the NASDAQ under the ticker code AGNT. It offers stock for key achievements. So $300 in stock for settling for your first transaction each anniversary year. So every year you do a transaction, that first transaction in your work anniversary year, $300 is gifted back to you in stock and equity to trade on the NASDAQ under that ticker code that you can see in your Morgan and Stanley ShareWorks app. Pretty cool. Another $600 in stock when you reach the $100,000 cap. So when you cap, you write the $100,000 GCI or revenue in that work anniversary of yours. Guess what? The company's going to give you back another $600 in stock and equity. Also, there's $600 in stock for every agent you sponsor in who settles their first transaction. So again, we have a revenue share pool, an opportunity within the model. Last year, this company, this incredible model, gave back over $220 million back out to its agents for stock equity ownership or revenue share for those that took part in the revenue share program for bringing people to our ecosystem, helping them find success within the model. We also have an agent equity program where you can essentially, I call this a salary sacrifice option. You can invest 5% of your commission into the company stock at a 5% discount. Pretty cool stuff. There's what I said just earlier. EXP paid more than $220 million to agents in revenue share just in 2025 alone. So we are a company, a model that we don't have all the traditional expenses that come with a bricks and mortar business, that we can give 50% of our revenue back out to our partnered agents, influencers, and attractors, either in the form of stock equity ownership or through the revenue share program. Now, as I dive into here, I'm just going to share with you a little bit of my Okta ShareWorks app that is managed by Morgan and Stanley. But you can see here, this is when I've qualified for Icon status in June 15, 2000. Sorry, this is my vesting period. My apologies. These are my vesting period shares. So you can see I've got some 932 shares will vest June 15, 2027. But you can see here, like when I've been assigned shares as well. So those shares have vested. I've received 10 shares. You were granted 2,000 shares. You can see here that I've actually sold some shares, 392 shares. And again, this is the crazy thing. I'm being remunerated, compensated, stock and equity that I can trade, sell, and use those funds to diversify into other areas of my personal life and my business. What a time to be alive. What a time to be an agent in 2026. If you're somebody who is at the point in your career that you want more than just the traditional transactional commission for life, if you're that agent that's doing 30 plus transactions a year, well, you're going to qualify for this lovely mantelpiece trophy, yes, but the $21,000 in stock and equity that you can do all this stuff I've just shared with you each and every year. If you're an agent that's doing $750,000 or in excess of that GCI per annum, you're automatically going to qualify for this as well. Wherever you're at in your career, now is an opportunity, more so than ever before, to build additional wealth outside of just chasing the next commission check, right? For that reason, I've created a free downloadable guide on this explanation in detail on how you can create equity off the back of your annual transactions through a model just like ours. Feel free to hit the button down below to grab that free guide, and it will explain this in more detail. Or reach out to me, DM me, give me a call directly. I'd only be too happy to explore how we can help you create equity to leverage this platform off the transactions that you're already doing so that we can all get off that transactional treadmill for commission chasing for life and actually build something that's sustainable so we can enjoy, work hard, but go to a stage in life where we can actually retire. Because this is just me in a short 6 years. When that compounds, imagine where that could be in 10, 15, 20 years. That's what excites me. Hopefully, I can help excite you to achieve the same. Thanks for joining me on this demo.